Sneaker world. Welcome back to your favorite sneaker podcast, man. Welcome back to the Sneaker Guy podcast. I'm your host, JT the Cool Soul. And today, we got to talk about Complex, man. They finally have put out their top 10 sneakers of the year. Now, this is what's crazy because we not even done with the year yet. So, for them to put out their top 10 already, I'm just like, well, dang, it's a couple sneakers that, ain't released yet or, about to release that could make this top 10 before the year end. But it seems like they already had their mind made up about what needs to be on this top 10. So let's talk about this little discussion, man. So Complex, they always every year put out their top 10 sneakers of what they feel, holds the crown, did the damage, was your top shoe. And I'm not gonna lie, some of these shoes on here, I'm like, we could have lived without, or you could have seen other shoes that could have made it over these. But then there are some shoes on here that I was like, all right, I knew for sure these were gonna be top 10 a year ago. You know what I'm saying? Like when I first seen the show, I was like, oh, these are top 10. We ain't even gotta argue, say is something gonna be better coming soon. Nah, it's some on here. I'm like, they deserve to be here. So we're gonna start from 10 up to 1. So for number 10, they got the Shai Converse number ones that he drops. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, man. These SGA ones with Converse, bro, they're super solidified to me. Like, I was happy to see him drop a shoe with Converse because it's like, bro, Converse done been out of the mix for some years, bro. And to get SGA to, do a shoe with Converse and bring them back in motion, bro. I was telling people a long time ago when I first seen the show, I'm like, bro, I think this shoe gonna do some damage. Like, it's gonna really make some noise. Now, for it to be number 10, I think I would have had it higher on the list than 10, bro. Because first of all, we talking about Converse. They haven't been in the sneaker mix, let alone like basketball sneaker mix, in so long, bro. Like, this low key could have been a top 5 shoe, maybe even like a number 6 shoe, bro. Cause like I say, we talking about a company that ain't been around in decades. And for them to put out this type of shoe, even though it's under Nike, you know what I'm saying? So it's, in people's mind, it's technically a Nike shoe, but for SGA to put out this style of a shoe and for it to look this dope on the first go round, bro, like, this was a good shoe. It low key is giving me that Rodman feel, or them low top zip up Rodmans. Like, it kind of gave me that feel. So when I seen it had a zipper up the front and it got that little small design that's on there, I was like, hey, these some solid shoes, bro. Like, I kind of got it as probably the best hoop shoe out right now, as far as look wise. Now I don't know how I feel comfort and everything, but look wise, this might be, a number one on list for basketball shoes, but it's definitely top 5 as far as dope sneakers that, especially is something new. That's what made me even more interested in it, because like, it's a newer silhouette. You know what I'm saying? It's not something we've seen, seen before, seen 1,000 times. Like, I think it could have made a top 5, but this is a complex list. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go off what they doing. So now at number 9, they had the Infinity Air Jordan 17s. Now I'm not gonna lie, the first time I seen this shoe, I was like, this shoe just alright. I think shout out my boy Eli. Me and him was talking about it because he sent me the picture. I was like, bro, it's cool. I don't think it's all that. But after a while, bro, after I seen more pictures and got to see the shoe in person, I was like, oh no, this shoe solidified. Like, it definitely deserves to be in this top 10. And bro, that color on it and that leather, it's top tier, bro. Like, no lie. And see, this is what I respect about it. And I've said this plenty of times. I love it when we get to see certain numbers that we don't see all the time. Like threes, we see all the time. Fours, five, six, one. All of those numbers we see numerous of times. When you can start doing them 17s and 15s and 18s, like that's when you really showing me something. And this shoe did show me something. Cause I'm like, bro, we ain't seen 17s in the mix like this in a nice while. So for them to put this in the top 10, I was like, okay, I'm not mad at this one, bro. Like you kind of got to top your hat at this one. You know what I'm saying? Because when you get to messing with numbers that don't get the same love that one gets or three gets or six get, then you doing something. So for this to be number 9, I can live with this one. Nah, number 8. Now shout out my boy Mike, man. Shout out my boy Money Making Mike. We had an argument about this shoe all the time, bro. So the number 8 shoe is the little Yachty Air Force One. Now for me, bro, I think this shoe is just okay. Should it have made a top 10 right now? Man, it's like hit or miss, bro. I'm not mad that it's on the top 10, but if you wouldn't have added, I wouldn't have been like, oh, so y'all ain't gonna put the little Yachty Air Force Ones up here. Like, I think they just okay. It's so many other shoes that I feel could have took the place of this at number 8. And matter of fact, I give you one shoe I think could have took this place. The Kobe Bryant Air Force Ones, bro. Like, I think that shoe is better than the little Yachty Air Force One. Now I know my boy Mike gonna watch this, but man, you bugging right now. That's fine. He know me. He know I stick with what I say, bro. Like this shoe cool, but I don't think it's that super dope. Like I could take this shoe out, put the Kobe Bryant Air Force One in there, and been perfectly fine with that being number 8. Like I'm not saying it's a bad shoe. I just don't think it's a top 10 worthy shoe, bro. Like that's what I'm saying. Like we not even at the end of the year yet. Like we almost there. But there's so many more shoes that's gonna roll out or are rolling out right now as we're speaking. You know what I'm saying? And I think those Kobe Bryant Air Force Ones beats this out. But once again, it's not my list. You know what I'm saying? So they had that at number 8. Now number 7. Now this shoe, it caused so much controversy, but I feel the only reason it did, because I've said this plenty of times on this show, the only reason it caused mayhem and havoc is because of the time frame it came out. Now, don't get me wrong. I love this shoe. Air Jordan 5 Fanatic. Black metallic 5s are number 7 on this list. Now, I told people, y'all wasn't acting like this when the shoe first came out in 2016. Nobody was checking for the black metallics. The second the shoe comes out, it has a white shoestring and it comes out around tax time, and y'all thought y'all got the greatest shoe ever made. Like that's how y'all was acting. Like this is the first time that the Air Jordan 5 has dropped. Y'all treated this like it was 1990. And this was the first time we've ever seen the black metallics. And y'all went crazy for this shoe. And don't get me wrong, I love the 5s. The Air Jordan 5 is the greatest Air Jordan ever made. Fish, I'm not going to argue with you about that. Mike, I'm not going to argue with you. Or Eli, you never know I'm going to argue with y'all. Y'all love to argue me when it comes to the Air Jordan 5. Greatest shoe ever made to the Jordan brand, bro. Hands down. But y'all was not acting like this when this shoe first re-released. It sat on the shelves, bro. It was easy to get the black metallic 5. The second y'all get some tax money and they say, hey, we're dropping the black metallics. We're going to throw a white shoestring in it and put a little 3M so in there some more. Y'all went crazy, bro. Like, I think it's a dope shoe. Should it make a top 10? I would want to see you say this if the shoe didn't come out around tax time and it just came out. Yeah, just say the summertime. Boom, shoe drops. If it still does this same mayhem, then yes, it deserves to be in the top 10 discussion, bro. Hands down to do. But I just think it was for what it did at that time, bro. I really think that's the only reason it makes the list. You know what I'm saying? But to each his own though. Now we get into number 6, which is the Levi Air Max 95. I was about to say Air Max 1. Wish it was, but that's just me. Air Max 95. Now, this shoe I think is super dope. Low key, I remember when this shoe first was coming out and me and Mike was talking about this. I was like, I think it's just gonna be straight, bro. It just depends on how they do it. And he kept saying, I gotta give my boy his prize. He was like, bro, I think they gonna do it dope, you know what I'm saying, with these Air Maxes and putting the denim on. I was like, man, I just gotta see. It could be real cheesy or it could be real dope. It did come out dope. You know what I'm saying? Like these, honestly, these I probably would have bumped up to a top 5. You know what I'm saying? Like these could have easily been in a top 5 discussion, man. Like I think what Nike brought to the table with the denim and doing it on the Air Max 95, I think was classic because everybody loves the 95. That's one of them high regards when it comes to Air Maxes. And to put Levi denim, which a lot of people consider premium denim, that was a great touch, man. Like I couldn't knock this one. Like when I seen they had this on the list, I'm like, all right, man, this is one of them ones. To see it at number 6 though, I was like, you could push it up to a 5 depending on how you looking at it, but y'all let me know about it. All right, so we get into the top 5, and there's some shoes in here that I know for a fact need to be here, and there's some I'm like, you could either bump them down or you really could have just left them off. Now, number 5, the Awake Air Jordan 5s. These deserve to be here. If you would have asked me this a couple of months ago when the pictures first started surfacing, I'd have been like, nah, they just okay. But after I got to see them more, bro, this shoe really grew on me, dog. Like this was one of them ones I'm like, oh, these some dope 5s, bro. Like I when I first seen the pictures, this was like, man, these 5s just cool, man. I don't think they gonna really blow like that, but they did their job on this one, bro. At first, because a lot of the pictures we was first seeing, the leather on it looked kind of cheesy. You know what I'm saying? But after more pictures I saw, I never got to see this in hand, but it started to look way better. A lot of people didn't like the A on the side of the shoe. I honestly thought that was like the bigger selling point of the shoe. You know what I'm saying? Other than the color choice, I was like, oh, that A kind of brought out something we've never seen before in an Air Jordan 5. And I thought that was cool and unique. So these deserve to be in the top 5. Like I consider this a top 5 shoe with no problems, bro. I probably wouldn't argue this one to get bumped down. Now, number 4 on this list. I'm sorry. This shoe for me did not have to make the mix. I don't know how it made the mix. People may see these in shoes that other people don't. So for number 4, they had the Pharrell Adidas Jellyfish. I'm not gonna lie, bro. This shoe trash to me. I don't see it with this one, bro. Like you can't make me believe this is a top 4 shoe. So everything that we just talked about from 5 on down, you're telling me this shoe is better than those? It's no way, bro. It is no way. And I rock with Pharrell, bro, but this one to be in the top 4 is no possible way. It's so many other shoes you could have put in the top 4 that are better than these. Matter of fact, I'll give you a rundown. Tokyo 5s, way better than this shoe. The Ja Morant 3s, way better than this shoe. Heck, I'm not a huge fan of the Gammas, but the Gamma 11s, We ain't seen them in hand yet, but I'm pretty sure those are gonna be way better than these jellyfish, bro. It's bro, trust me. This shoe does not deserve to be in the top 4. If even if you want to say it makes your top 10 and this number 10 and number 9, cool. But to be number 4, bro, not over the Tokyo 5s. Them Tokyo 5s are top 5 shoe off tops. Like easily off tops. You know what I'm saying? Like it blows this shoe out the way. You put that Tokyo 5 here and you put them jellyfish here, right off the table, bro. It's unargued. It's an unargument, bro. Like we all know that those 5s are way better than these jellyfish, bro. But they got them as a top 4 shoe, bro. And that's what I say. Everybody gonna have their opinions of what they consider to be top 10. Like what Complex may have considered a top 10, you lined up 7 other sneakerheads, bro, and they all gonna have a different list. You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, they may have some things on there that's the same, but they gonna have a different list. But some shoes, bro, we know just can't make a top 5, bro. We just know they can't. But once again, to each their own. This is Complex list. Don't know what qualifies certain sneakers to be on this list, but it's their list. Okay, we're getting down to number 3. And it is the Neon Air Max 95s. Now, we all know this to be a classic shoe, hands down one of the best Air Max 95s ever made. Do I think it should be number 3? No. Do I think it should be in the top 5? Yes. It can make a top 5 because this shoe is what made, I almost want to say, a lot of people fall in love with the Air Max 95. Now you could bump out the for reals for me, put this at number 4, and once again put the Tokyo 5s at number 3. But like I say, that's me. But I give it to him for this one, bro, because when it comes to Air Maxes, bro, and like I say, especially Air Max 95s, it holds a different type of weight to real sneakerheads, bro. And this one, it started the whole, the whole journey for a lot of people who fell in love with Air Maxes. You have those certain Air Max 1s that started it. You got those certain Air Max 90s that started it. And you got those certain Air Max 95s that started it. Like, a lot of those play a key factor. And this shoe does play a key factor in sneaker history. So, granted, it gotta be up there. Like it's definitely a top 5. Whether you got it at 4, 5, or even 3, I really can't be mad at this one. I gotta let this one rock. Now we're getting down to the 2 best, and I kind of feel y'all gotta know what's number 2 and number 1, bro, because this silhouette has been holding it down for a nice time of a run, bro. Like it may run as far as the GS version and the exclusive version. So for number 2, Undefeated Force, bro. It ain't even much that needs to be said, man. Like it's a phenomenal sneaker, bro. It's a classic. It got a history to it. Like people have been waiting to see it, hold it, whatever. We all know the Undefeated was such a exclusive sneaker, bro, that we watch people sell this shoe for 50,000, 70,000, up to probably 150,000. Like, we never in a million years thought that, oh, we gonna get a chance to get this shoe, bro. It wasn't, it never crossed a lot of us, sneakerheads that, don't get the heavy exclusives. It never crossed our mind. It was like, bro, Nike ain't gonna never bring that back. But once they started digging in that vote, me and Eli was like, bro, it's a chance that these undefeateds might pop back up. And I was like, bro, the way the sneaker game looking, it might show up. And it did. And I'm not gonna say it dropped the ball. Some people say they don't like it. Some people say they love it. I thought it was a good shoe. My boy Eli got it. We did an episode on it. Dope shoe in hand, bro. I can't take nothing away. And the way that the Air Jordan 4 was running wild out here, bro, they couldn't lose. Like that's what I say from the GSs they was making to the exclusive, like fours was going insane in 2025, bro. Like it really wasn't a bad pair out of the bunch. Like I told a lot of people, I'm like, bro, I've never seen a sneaker like this where we talking just one silhouette with a run that the Air Jordan 4 have. And I honestly think we may not ever see it again. For them to have not one miss in that bunch of fours, bro, and the way that the four is going right now, it looked like when 2026 come, they just gonna pick up and keep going. Like that might really be the silhouette of the year, bro. Like it's that good. You know what I'm saying? So for them to put this at number 2, I was like, yeah, you really had no choice. Like this shoe, I can't even picture it being a no other number than number 2 or number 1. It just depends on, how you feel. But we all know what number 1 is. And I, on this show, shout out my boy Mike again. I told him, I was like, bro, this is going to be sneaker of the year. Nothing will beat this shoe out. And if you don't know what this shoe is and you don't have a clue, you really need to get your head from up under a rock. Or I'll say it this way, get your head from up under a brick. Because the brick by brick Air Jordan 4 is the sneaker of the year. I told cats from the jump, bro, when I put that shoe in my hand, I was like, listen to me. This is single-handedly the greatest shoe I've ever held in my hand, bro. When I say from the suede on that joint or nubuck, whatever y'all got it at, it's probably the greatest nubuck or suede I have ever touched on a sneaker, bro. And for it to have that brick feel on the toe box, oh my gosh, dude. For them to put that bike air on the back, and like I told my boy Eli, I was like, bro, for them to put just that little Nike sign on the front of that toe, bro, I was like, listen, bro, there will never be another greater shoe than this, bro. Like it's single-handedly that good, bro. Like I don't even understand how people didn't have this as sneaker of the year when they first seen it. Cause I'm like, bro, ain't nothing finna beat this out. It was nothing they could make. And Mike argued me like, nah, bro, it's a good sneaker, but I don't think, bro, it's sneaker of the year, dog. They got this one right. Complex got this one fully correct, bro. There was nothing better than this shoe, bro. Like we've never seen a rollout that's this good, from a sneaker that's this good, from just, man, listen, I'm telling y'all, bro, I love details on the shoe. And when I say Nigel did everything correct on this shoe, bro, and I say it's flawless, it's super flawless, bro. Like the shoe doesn't have a weak, it's Thanos, bro. It's Thanos. Like it doesn't have a weakness, bro. That's how good this shoe is. Like it's super incredible, bro. I swear, I had that shoe in my hand. I was like, bro, this has to be the most amazing shoe ever made, bro. Like, I don't think anything can beat this out. Like, nothing can beat this out. Even if you gave me an original undefeated, I would still take the brick by brick, bro. Like, that's how good that shoe was, bro. Like, it's that listen, it's so good for me, bro. It can win sneaker of the year next year. In 2026, that shoe can win again. And I'd be like, yeah, it's that good. Like, that's how phenomenal this shoe was, bro. So to see this make number 1, I kind of knew it was gonna happen, bro. I was like, they'd be crazy not to put this at number 1. Like that you'll be crazy not to, bro. But all in all, I thought the list was cool, bro. But like I said, we still had other silhouettes coming out that I think could have bumped some things off on here. Like it's like I say, it's some shoes on here that's dope and cool, but I don't think they was good enough to make a top 10. And like I say, especially for the year not to be up yet, and we still got some silhouettes we know is coming out that are going to be fine. And it might be some silhouettes that still come out that we don't even know about. You know, Nike love to just pop up with stuff just out the blue. Like, you know what? Let's just drop these. It's December. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think they kind of could have waited to do this list. But I mean, I'm not mad at the list. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I think those SGA Converses, bro, it beats out a couple pair on this list. I know that for a fact. Them SGAs beat some stuff out, bro. I think people ain't really looking to see in a bigger picture of that shoe. Like I say, it's cool that I'm glad that it made the top 10 because it's getting the recognition, but you can at least bump that up to top 7, top 6 almost. You know what I'm saying? For what it did and what it's doing, like I think it got a better run. But y'all let me know, man, what y'all think about this list, man. Was Complex tripping? Did they get everything right? Do you think like I say, do you think it's other shoes that really could have been on this list that you know for sure? Let me know in the comments, bro. But you know, y'all tell me what y'all think about this list, man. But hey, this has been another dope episode of the Sneaker Guy Podcast. I'm your host, JT the Cool Soul, and I'm out.